recording, so then you can send this directly to them. And I also always recommend, if you are a brand new coach or you have new coaches, to have them also just get on this call, even if they don't have a prospect yet or somebody who's, looking to get to Emerald, because everything about coaching is teaching other people. So the more that you become comfortable with just talking about it and explaining it, the easier it is for you to explain, when you're talking to somebody in person or just, in general. So my name, I'll give you guys just a quick background of myself, and then I will dive right in. So my name is Annie. I'm a mom of 3 boys. I live in a really small town in upstate New York. It's on the Finger Lakes. And I have been a coach. I signed up in 2008, and I started actually coaching in 2013. But I always loved the programs. I loved the products. And I didn't really dive into coaching because I was working, and I always had all these excuses. But one day I just decided, I'm going to do this coaching thing. And my coach, who is actually my mom, said, just get to Emerald ASAP. And we kind of looked at the compensation plan. So I'm going to go over that with you guys today. And then just the basics things that I did in order to create. Now I stay home with my kids. I have a 6-figure income since 2015. And this year I'll be making multiple 6-figure incomes in 1 year. And I stay home with my 3 boys, and I honestly work this business in pockets of time. I don't have all the time in the day with 3 busy kids. They're 9, 7, and 2. But I built this business when I was actually working full time. So I was working about 50 hours a week. Plus I had 2 little kids. So I don't have any magic skills. I didn't know anything about network marketing. I have a teaching degree, so elementary education is my background. And I didn't, so I don't have any background in health and fitness. So I really strongly believe I can do this, that anybody else can do this. The turning point for me when I really looked at multi-level marketing and residual income and this opportunity was when my company laid me off when I was 8 months pregnant. And all of a sudden I went from having this great job with corporate to nothing. And so I remember that was when the light bulb went off in my head in 2012 that I was like, I have been thinking about doing this coaching for so long. And now I know what to do. It's just putting action into actually doing it, and I can be successful with this business. So I'm going to go over the kind of the key things that I do on a daily basis that anybody can do. Okay. So if you guys have questions at all, feel free to, stop me or just unmute yourself and ask, or you can put them into the chat. But just real quickly in the chat, if you guys can just put in there when you signed up. So when did you become a coach? That'll just give me a good idea. And if you're a coach or if you're an Emerald, just give me a good idea of kind of where you guys are with your business right now. Okay, so let me just put this here. Okay, so can you see my screen? Yeah? Yes, okay, awesome. Okay, so this is basically what I like to call Emerald University. This is the first step in growing your business, is becoming, okay, so July, January. Okay, awesome. Perfect. So that was okay. Go down. Okay, let's slide this. Hold on, sorry. Oh, there we go. There's a little thing. Okay. All right, so what I want to talk with you guys is basically what Emerald is. So when you become a coach, anybody, you can be a discount coach. You basically get the one way to earn is when you become a coach. You get the 25% discount off of all of your products. And then you also can earn 25% commission off of anything that you sell. So challenge packs, products, beach bars, Shakeology. You make 25% off of anything that you are selling to people. But what I really believe about this business is it's not about selling things. It's about sharing your journey and then teaching other people how to run this business. So really the next step in your business is getting to an emerald coach. And what this does is when you become an emerald, you not only get that 25% commission, but then you also get to open up that second way of earning, which is through residual income. So I'll give you guys an example. I help 3 people a month with a challenge pack a month. So if I was to rely just on my sales, I would make $150 a month. So on a weekly basis, I make about $4,000 a week. And 98% of that is coming from my residual income from opening up that second way of earning, which is when you become an emerald coach. So the best way to describe it is it's called a team bonus. And you get roughly 5% of anything that your coaches sell or their coaches or their customers. So it's like a 5%. So at first, when you just become an emerald, you might just have 2 people and you're only going to earn 5% off of, anything that they're earning or selling or earning. But as your team starts to grow, so I started in 2014, I found 5 leaders that wanted to also become successful with the business. And so now my team is about 4,000 coaches, and that 5% bonus has obviously increased. But the first way to get there is to take action and become an emerald coach. Now, when my mom told me to become an emerald, I had no idea what that was. Like I said, I had no idea. I signed up to be a coach, and she said, you got to get to an emerald. So what she told me to do is think of 2 people that would really, really want to either just help you in general with your business. You can just tell them, like, I opened up a business. I have an online health and fitness business. I love the programs. I love the products. I have a challenge group. And I think that you would benefit from, the Beachbody on Demand, the Shakeology. Just tell them how it's benefited you. And I would really, I would love your help and support by becoming a discount coach with me. So I actually asked my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and the first person that joined me was my cousin, who signed up as a discount coach. She doesn't do anything with the coaching, but she has lost almost 100 pounds. And I was actually kind of shy to ask her because I was just like, I don't know if I should ask her. But I just sucked it up and I asked her, and she was like, yeah, I would love to try, the programs and Shakeology. And she lost almost 100 pounds, and she's been a coach for quite some, probably like 8 years now. But she doesn't do anything with the coaching side of it. She just did it for me as a discount, as a, just a favor. Like I asked her to do it, and in return, she lost all this weight. So that's pretty amazing. And then the second person I signed up is my husband. So I signed up my husband in what we like to call your controlled business center, or like your second, I signed him up basically because it helps me. He's my husband, and I can kind of control that. Like he can order beach bars, or he can order, we can order like his Shakeology through there, or your Energize through there. But it just gives you like an extra you sort of that you can control. So just think of, so that's basically it. It's like you signing up as a coach, just like you are now, and then you sponsoring 2 people. And they would come in exactly the same way that you joined with a challenge pack. Like you're probably like the all access challenge pack, or maybe you have a customer that's continuously ordering Shakeology at full price. You can offer them the discount to sign up as a coach. And so what this does is it helps you, obviously helps them with the programs and products. And then it gets you to that next level, which is you're not only a coach now and can earn the 25% commission off of anything, but you can also sign up. You can also start to earn and open up that residual income, that second way of earning through a team bonus. So what you like to tell my coaches is just make a list of people, set a goal date. So the way that the business works is on Wednesday, if you were to have 2 people, you would rank advance to an emerald on this Thursday. And if next Thursday, if you had it set up, it would, it always ranks on a Thursday. That's what we call like rank advancement. Thursday is payday. So just set a goal date for that and kind of have it in your head, and you can share that with your coach. Let's go through this. Okay. So why you want to hit an Emerald coach. So I just talked a little bit about it helping, it opens up that way to earn as you start to team cycle. It gives you credibility. So we have what we call the Boom Fam. So we have like our Team Boom coach group, but then we have the Boom Fam, and all of that is Emerald and above coaches. So it kind of gives you that like recognition, like you're ready to get to that next level. And Beachbody, the company Beachbody, when you become an Emerald coach, they recognize that you are now an Emerald coach. If you help 3 people a month with a challenge pack, so let's say in June you help 3 people, the company says, okay, Andrea is an Emerald coach. She's helped 3 people this month. We're going to start to give her customer leads. So Beachbody actually has people that go on and order Beachbody on demand and Shakeology and the Energize and the programs and the products, and they assign anybody who is an Emerald coach that has helped 3 people a month, they'll give me customers. So in the month of, July, I can get 2, maybe 3 customers a week. If I help 5 people this month, they'll give me Shakeology customers, which I actually get the commission off of that Shakeology. So Beachbody will give me 2 Shakeology customers that month, and that's $60. And that customer could reorder every single month. And so over time, that customer base really starts to grow. So I've been actively doing this since 2012. I have like thousands and thousands of customers that Beachbody has given me because I'm at least an Emerald coach, and I've helped 3 people a month. So it really is like they recognize you as an Emerald coach, and they give you that credibility of giving you those customers to help. And then you can, in your online office, they'll, will say, this is your new customer. This is what they ordered. They give me their email, and then I can reach out to them and help them. So it's, so credibility, stepping stone. You get the customer leads when you help 3 people a month. You also, when you become an Emerald and you're helping, 3 people a month, we have a Success Club, what's it called? Success Club trip every single year. So this next year, we're going to Punta Cana. This past year, we had a cruise. In the past, we've gone to Disneyland. So as you help 3 people a month, Beachbody gives you cruise dollars or the Punta Cana dollars. So I've actually been able to I took my husband this past cruise. I've taken my family before. I've taken like a friend before. So you earn the full trip yourself, and then you can bring a guest with you. So that's just like another thing, kind of like an amazing thing that they kind of tack onto that. And those are the most fun trips ever too. So it gives you something to work towards. And then you're building your team. So getting to Emerald is like literally that's what the business is. It's just now the next step is now helping your coaches get to Emerald. And then the next step, if you hear somebody say Diamond Coach, it's basically just sponsoring 8 coaches instead of 2 coaches. It's literally the exact same thing. So I try really, really hard when new coaches come on to not overcomplicate it. I'm like, you're a coach right now, but the next step is to become an Emerald. So that you can open up that second way to earn. You can get that credibility. You can start to earn customer leads, and you're building your team of coaches too. Because a lot of times, like I was a discount coach for many, many years. My mom asked me to do this business so many times, and I continuously told her no. And so finally I was like, you know what? I'm already a coach. I'm signed up as a discount. I might as well do this business and help people. And I actually turned into somebody that was working the business. So that has actually been the case for many of my discount coaches, that I just offer them the discount on their products and programs. I let them be in our challenge groups. And then maybe down the line, they see you showing up on social media. They see, the progress that they're doing. They organically start to share their own results. And then they can turn into, maybe they want to do more with the business. So that is something that happens pretty often on our team. Let's talk about that. the cycling. Okay, I'm gonna go over this for a little bit. I'll show you this really quickly. Beachbody is a network marketing. It's a multi-level marketing company. Network marketing has been around for 60 years. Basically, Beachbody has checks and balances. So if you're a coach, you do not get to tap, if you're just at coach rank, you do not get to tap into that second way of earning team bonuses until you get to Emerald. So it's like a check and balance. Like they're like, okay, now you're an Emerald coach. Now you can start to build your team and get to that next step. But the main thing to think about is, as you're sponsoring coaches, so let's say this is your husband, and then you sponsor your mom, Mary Beth, and then they sponsor their cousin, and then maybe your coach right here, your cousin, decides they want to do the business, and then you teach them. This is how you get to Emerald, and then they start to build their team. You get a 5% commission off of anything that your team or their customers or coaches do. And over time, as you start to grow leaders and they become leaders and they do that same step, your team really starts to grow. And it is a huge, huge community. They're starting to, share, with people that they got these results. Like I was just literally a mom that had 2 little kids. I was 50 pounds heavier. And I just started to show up on Facebook and show up on social media and get those results with doing that program and just showing up consistently. And because of that, I had people that reached out to me, or maybe they found a cousin that needed their help, or maybe this person started that needed something. So it really is like something it takes time to grow this business. But if you show up consistently, it's inevitable that you're going to do it. Okay, so next I'm going to go into kind of what I do on a daily basis. And let me just bump this up a little bit. So who here has seen the tracker before? Just give me like a quick raise your hand and get an idea. Okay. So this is the first thing that I give to my new coaches is this tracker. And I actually, to this day, I don't know how many years later, 6, 7 years later, I still use my tracker. So I actually laminated it, and then I have this little pen right here, and I keep it super simple. So when the week ends, I just wipe it down, and then I put my new, the week of the national wake up call, getting on the team call, and then refocusing on my why. So as you grow this business, like the main thing to always zone in is why you started doing this. So I always am sharing, if you follow me, I'm always sharing. I actually did today, shared my story of why I got into coaching. Like why all of a sudden I decided to do it. I shared my before and after photo. And your why is going to obviously change over time, but your why has to be something that's super personal to you. So in the beginning, when I was 26, I really just wanted to pay off my student loans. Like that was like my main goal. So my why for myself was to help myself stay accountable and also pay off my student loans and help people along the way. Now my why is a little bit different. Like this week I put down like help my downline become successful too. Like that's my goal is I reach down and I do trainings with my coaches because I want them to become successful with their why. And then I always zone in on what my target market is. Like who are you talking to, right? Like who is like that other Craig or Jane or Mary or Michaela, like on that other line that you're talking to. Like why would somebody want to join you? Or why did you start this? So every time I'm sharing about my programs or my products, I'm always constantly sharing about how it's easy to do because I'm busy with 3 boys, right? Or I'm so grateful for this opportunity because I was able to pay for my groceries this week. I'm always zoning in on that target of who I was when I started so that I can help that person and bring in other Annies who want that help. So it's important to know who you're speaking to. And then obviously I do right here, I do my workout, my Shakeology, and then obviously, so there's 4 vitals, but so if you look at the time frame on here, it says an hour and 40 minutes. Obviously your workout's going to take 30 minutes. Some of these things you can really, really quickly do, but other things are going to take a little bit more time. And that's when I think the key thing in this business is having patience. We live in a world where like everybody wants things like, people will say to me, I want your business. And I'm like, well, I looked at other people and I wanted that too, but I had to do the vitals every single day to get to where I am now. Right. So having patience with your journey, like I'm sure when you guys started, right, like you wanted to lose 10, 15 pounds, like it didn't happen overnight. Right. And even today, you have to do your workout every single day. So just being patient is a really, really important thing when you're growing your business, because it does take some time. But so number 2 is connect, invite, and follow up. So initiate connections and add followers. So this is really important because the more eyes that you have on your journey, the more likely that somebody's going to join you, right? So when I first started, I had like 100 people on Facebook. So I knew that in order to grow my team, I needed to grow my connections and people that I was friends with. So we didn't even have Instagram back then, but I would go into different Facebook groups and just add followers and connect with people, maybe old college friends. And now on Instagram, that's really a great way to do that too. Or in person, like I joined moms and kids groups, or people would ask me what am I doing to lose the baby weight. So there's many different ways to initiate new connections, but you always have to be adding new connections. Like even to this day, I'm adding new connections, and people who I'm talking to right now, like today, I know that they're probably not going to join me until they follow me for a couple of months or maybe a couple of weeks. So having more eyes on your journey, showing up just on social media with like in our coach group. You guys can dive into this a little bit more in our actual coach group, but we have great training on how to use your Instagram stories, how to show up in your challenge groups, on your Facebook pages, and just some simple tips and things that you can share and showcase throughout, when you're doing that. Respond to all new likes, comments, and views. So if somebody likes one of your photos, I always reach out to them and say, thanks for liking my photo. What have you been up to? Or I'll initiate the conversation if they comment or if they're watching you on your stories. So always responding to those people, because a lot of times people aren't going to come. They might be watching you and following you, or, kind of like, especially, on Instagram, but they're not going to come to you. It took me a long time to realize that, like, people to this day are still probably not, they might be shy or they might be nervous to come to you. So you have to kind of reach out to them and kind of start that conversation. Inviting. So on this guide right here, you can actually increase your invites. So obviously if you invite 5 people a day to your challenge group, you're not going to have the same kind of, maybe if somebody who's inviting 20 people a day. So you can control, this is like the one thing on here I think that you can control. You want to grow your business faster, you invite more people faster, right? To the coaching opportunity, to your challenge groups. And the key thing here is taking action when you're doing this. It's just really like being, getting over your fears, focusing on, this is another huge one. I don't know why this is number 4. It should be number 1, but personal development is huge. And then when you guys, at 8:00, we have our team call. We have Jeff, who's been a coach since 2008. And I always suggest to my new coaches to get on these team calls, because there's just so much great information from people. So you guys can stay for that. I know that will be, that's going to be my personal development for the day. And then obviously contribute to your challenge groups. If you're a brand new coach and you don't know how to run a challenge group, or you, don't want to start one yet, then just join your coaches, because they probably have one, and I always do it with other coaches because I think it's just more fun. So this is the BAT. You can get this in the coach group. This is something that I do every single day. It doesn't take much time. If I can only get through like the first part in the morning, then maybe I'll like do the other part later in the day. But I try to get through everything. And then obviously you can see like there's some things that I skip, like I'm not perfect. And I circle them. And then I'm like, okay, why am I not doing my invites, right? or why am I not, doing my personal development? So I kind of go back to the week and look at that. Okay, so We have a couple minutes to there you go. I see a couple of people's BATs. Awesome. So we have like 3 minutes to the team call. So I'm just going to, do you guys have any questions? I know it's a lot of information at once. If you guys have a Emerald goal date, I would love to know it. If you guys want to put it in the chat group, just throw it out there, what your goal date is. Oh, and one last thing. I don't know if I have it on here, is our checklist. Oops. Where's my little thing here? All right, I don't know where it is, but okay, so I always like to leave a little bit of homework. So number 1 is set an Emerald goal date. Number 2, if you're a brand new coach, I like to have my coaches make a what I like to call like a wedding list. Just write down, like, I think on the back of here it doesn't have this, but write down on a piece of paper, like, 20 people that you know, or 50 people that you know, or go through your Facebook friend list and just go through all those people and start with taking action and messaging them, or just sharing with them what you're doing. And then setting your goal date, making your list, and telling your coach what that is, and then reconnecting with them. So, all right, so we are jumping into the team call right now. Do you guys have any questions quick before we are done? Oh, okay. I will post this recording for you guys. Oh, Jan had one. Sorry. Did you see my question? No. Let me go back up. Sorry, Jen. I signed up a coach today, but she didn't get a chance. No, in fact, does it still help me get to Emerald? Okay, so if your coach signs up with like the $40, then they're not considered an active coach. So they need to either order something worth 50 PV, like Shakeology, or you can do like the three cases of the beach bars. Or maybe you can tell her, like, if she doesn't have the all access challenge pack, maybe she wants a better deal to get the challenge pack. But they do, in order for you to be an Emerald, you have to be active, and then they both have to be active too. So I can privately message you that and give you some of the products that give you 50 PV.
Hey, Andrea?
Yep.
Hey, it's Jeff.
Hey.
Hey, do you guys do housekeeping and like announcements first?
Yeah, we do. Yep. So you're all good.
I need just a few minutes. I'm just
Yep.
finishing up a relation with Coach Relations. So
Yeah,
I'll be back in a few.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, I'm going to put some music on for us. And if you guys have any other, if you were on the Emerald call, if you have any other questions, just feel free to ask him in the Boom Fam, or you can have your coach message me, or you can message me. All right, we'll just give him a minute and have everyone, you guys want to send out.
I'm at a party I don't wanna be at, and I don't ever wear a suit and tie. Wondering if I can sneak up the back. Nobody's even looking me in my eye. Can you take my hand, finish my drink, see how we dance? Oh yeah, you know I love you, did I ever tell you? Make it better like you. Don't think I fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. Yeah. I always feel like I'm nobody. Who wants to fit in anyway? So I don't care when I'm with my baby. Yeah. All the bad things can stay. You make me feel like I am somebody. I can feel that night. And I'm with my baby. Yeah. So I don't care as long as you just hold me down. You can take me anywhere. You make me feel like I'm not like somebody. I can feel that night. And I'm with my baby. We at a party we don't wanna be at. In a couple we've been here, I see her. She needs her, kiss him right back. All these people around, careful with anxiety, but I'm told the same response. You know what? It's kind of crazy because I really don't mind. Better like a cat. This party. Everyone's got so much to say. Oh yeah. When we were in the same party. Now I think that we should stay. 'Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby. Yeah. All the bad things get there. You make me feel like maybe I am somebody. Feel bad nights when I'm with my baby. Yeah.